I checked my calendar.
Run the show.
Ed?
Got a minute, 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Brett?
This won't take long. I'm running it. Let's call this meeting to order.
Decisions, flag. To the republic, stands, nation, God, justice for all.
Okay, let's do a roll call.
Robert Lewis.
Ed Moore,
Paul Leogrand.
David Ruth. Do we have any public comments at this time? Okay. Did everybody have a chance to look at the minutes? And is there discussion on those?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from last month's meeting.
I second.
Aye.
Okay, financial report, August.
I have just a major question about Fun Park. I don't see any monies really appropriated for improvement of the Fun Park, maybe just a couple pieces here and there, but we can't do a major project there without money being put into the budget.
Any operating monies that were there fiscal year operational, they don't work.
So is the construction for that going to be included in 2025, is what you're saying? It has to be allocated at that point?
Want to do relevant park. You have in capital improvement operation.
Carrie, we can't hear you out here.
Can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can. Thank you.
Sure. So any operational monies that were left over from 2024, because as of today, we start the new fiscal year of 2025. Any of that money that was in the operations will need, went into the reserves. And it does not roll over. Only capital items roll over. So if there's anything that you want to go into, we will be doing the budget for 2026 starting in the spring. If there's something that you are planning or something that you want to discuss or that you would like to see in the budget, it needs to just be discussed here, and then I can recommend that for the Board of Supervisors to put it in the budget.
Okay, so basically nothing is going to be done to the fun park in 2025, is that correct?
Not, I don't have my budget, not for capital improvements. I know there's some little things that you can do, but we don't have the operational money that was in there for 2024. It's like 100,000 or something.
That's what I
That money went into reserves.
Well, it's marked dog park to fun park. That's not happening. So why would that even still be there?
That's a capital improvement.
Oh,
Right, that's
So-
capital improvement.
If we want to, I have to find out what their plans are for that, and I'll have to get back with you.
That might be a place where we could take that money and, you know, kind of reverse it for, you know, the 2026 could be the dog park. And this year, if we want to do some bigger things, better things at the fun park, we could maybe exchange that.
My only concern with the fun park, I know there's been a few equipment upgrades.
Yes.
Is it safe enough? I hate to say safe enough, for kids to really play on at this point. I mean,
The playground itself?
yeah.
Yes, and the only thing that I'm working on is the ADA accessible ramp. That's the only thing that should be replaced, but I'm going to replace it a little differently. It'll still be an ADA ramp, but it won't be a full one. We're talking a half would do
Okay.
fine.
All right.
So that would be the only thing, and that's more of an operational item, not a capital item.
Okay. All right.
When are the new bids coming in for the Commons Park?
They just went out about a week ago, so you have to give it 30 days. So probably the end of this month.
Okay.
The basketball goals, that's for the fun park, isn't it?
Correct. I have replaced one rim just recently, so it's got a brand new rim.
So there are some things here for the fun park.
Just minimal,
Yeah,
Playground equipment,
just minimal. We were talking about a bigger idea than just putting a basketball court up, you know, rim up. But it has been decided that we're not selling that park.
Correct.
True?
Correct.
Okay.
so we have time.
Anything else? No?
No.
Okay. So let's move on to, we don't need to prove anything there, right?
No, we, yeah.
No,
Now you just look at it.
I just, chat.
Mhm.
Items for discussion, appoint a chair and a vice chair to the Parks and Rec Advisory Committee.
Correct.
Carlos won't be coming up until January, so we don't have to do a chair. Correct?
Yeah, Carlo is January, but we need immediate replacement for a vice.
Correct.
Well, I want to make a motion to appoint Paul Leogrand as the new vice chair for the Parks and Rec Committee.
I would second that motion. All approved? I mean,
Any discussion?
any
does he
discussion?
want it?
Sure. Anything that's needed, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, approved. Okay, new member selection recommendations.
So let me kind of give you a little heads up here. Brian Philberg is on Teams. We have in attendance, we have Kenneth Frieda. Correct. Ashley cannot make it, and Ashley Leager, and Tony is not, he cannot make it as well. He's not attending. So
Okay.
we have two people. Now you can either do one of two things. You can, since Kenneth is here, you want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah.
And, ask questions as needed. And then you can do the same, and you can appoint one, you can appoint two, you can recommend three, I recommend two, you can recommend zero. It's up to you. So you can do 0 to 2.
We can wait to hear from the others as well.
Yes. Either you can wait and hear from others, or we can reopen it and see if there's anybody else interested. But that's your choice, so,
Okay.
All right,
okay?
so I would like to hear from you, sir. Up to the mic, probably.
Thank you. And I want to thank all the members of the board who are here today. Thank you for inviting me to come to this meeting and to make my pitch to serve on the committee. Again, my name is Ken Frieda. I live in Gateway Greens on Mahogany Run South. Been living in Gateway, well, we started out as snowbirds in 2016. We became full-time residents of Florida, Gateway, in February of 2020, just before COVID hit. We've enjoyed it here. When our realtor first found us a home here in Gateway, he showed us numerous locations in and out of the Gateway area. And my wife and I, after seeing a few homes, said, you know what? Premier community of choice. Very apt in our case. We loved it, we fell in love with it, and we wouldn't think of living anywhere else. My wife is active. She served on the HOA board over at Gateway. I've served on different boards in prior life myself. But my wife and I are of the view that we're not complainers, we're doers. We want to step up and take part and try to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And I feel that my background, and you're welcome to ask me any more questions that you want, but I feel that my background makes me uniquely qualified to serve on the committee, and I think it bring a lot to the table.
Okay, questions?
You said you've served on other boards and committees. Can you give us an example of a few of those?
School boards, I served on school boards
Great.
years ago. I was also active in youth sports. I served not only as a board member of the town local Little League team, but I also was a coach and mentor for a lot of young people, and always enjoyed doing it. And again, it was part of, stepping up and doing something instead of sitting back and, complaining about the way things are being run.
Great.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't have any questions.
No? Okay. What do you gentlemen want to do as far as voting, or waiting to hear from other people?
Is
or
anyone
one-
else here? Is anyone else here?
There's
today?
one more online.
more?
There's one more
Okay.
online?
You
Okay.
wanna-
All right,
Well, let's,
think-
let's first hear that person.
Okay,
Ken,
that's.
thank you, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sure.
That's
Should I stick
Ryan.
around, or,
Yeah, there he is.
Hello. I don't know if you can see my picture or not.
He's in.
No,
No.
it's okay. That's
Thank
on
you.
the screen. It's all good.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I would just like to say that gentleman who just spoke sounds like he would be a great committee member, to be completely honest with you. But my name is Ryan Thilberg. I live in the community full time in Hammock Cove. My family and I have been here since 2020, and really love the community, love the neighborhood, and just I saw the application came up and you all were accepting some members. So just wanted to give back some time to the community and offer some of my time and services. Full disclosure, I am not retired. I still work full time and have a fairly rigorous schedule, but I would do my best. I could not guarantee to be in attendance personally on every call. And I know that's probably needed for a vote. So I just want to be honest about that, but I would do my best to be on every meeting, at least virtually, if that suffices for you all. I have been on a HOA board before in Richmond, Virginia, of a townhome community that I lived in for about a year, and played a couple parts in just bringing a couple things to the community and just creating some more community awareness and events, and just trying to get some people together and more people active is one of the things that I did previously. Any questions or anything else anyone would like to know?
What kind of events have you done?
We had a little common area, if you would. It was a pretty smaller community, but we did quarterly socials. So we get people together for a spring, a winter, a summer social, and bring some food. Just trying to bring some community awareness and get people together, and also a community watch program. We had a couple issues of some vandalism, so we got a couple people together and tried to resolve some of that, working with the non-emergency 911 numbers and so forth in the community. So just a couple things like that.
Okay, Thank you.
Sure,
And
thank you. And
Hammock Cove?
go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're in Hammock Cove?
Hammock Cove, yes, sir. Yep. And also thank you to everyone on this call who are active members and put in your time for the community. That's really appreciated. So thank you.
Hi, this is Dave Ruth. Do you use the facilities that we have here in Gateway now, like the Commons Pool?
I do, Dave. Yes, we use the Commons Pool, the soccer fields, the playground up by the soccer fields. I've not used the dog park. I do have a dog, but we've drove by it and looked at everything. So yeah, we do use the common areas for sure.
I assume you have children?
I do. I have a young daughter.
Okay.
I would invite you to use the dog park once it dries out.
It's a little wet right now. Yes,
A little,
absolutely.
all right. Any other questions? Nope. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, everyone.
Do we have discussion?
Absolutely.
I think for me, it's important that people are here. Right. So the fact that we have two people that were able to attend today is important for me. Carrie, just to clarify, we are permitted to do remote, right?
Yes, you have to approve that at the beginning of the meeting. You have to approve it at the beginning of the meeting,
Okay.
but it's not all the time. I mean, you can only,
Sure, it's-
you know what your limits are
Right.
for your absenteeism, yes.
Does it count towards absentee, even if you're virtually attending?
Yes, because they do need, well, I should say no. No, it does not, but you can't constantly be only,
Right.
Right, of
You gotta
course.
show up.
It's not a remote.
right, you have to show up.
Not a remote position. Yeah.
Right, it's not a remote job. So it's
Right.
not a remote volunteer job.
I think we have to make it clear, based on the past two people that just had to resign, what days will we meet and what times we meet.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of like, every other meeting is going to be in the evening at 6 o'clock. Is that right? 6 o'clock? And every other meeting's at 1:30, and this happens on Tuesday, okay? And we ran into difficulty because a couple people couldn't possibly meet on those days after they took the position. And it really put us in a world of hurt, because we want to have as broad a diversity of people as we can and get all their inputs.
If I could just mention something, I actually mentioned it to the woman in your office who contacted me about attending the meeting today. I have a prior appointment. I'm flying up to Pennsylvania on the 5th, the next week, November 5th, family wedding.
Yeah.
I can check my schedule. I don't know what time the flight gets in. I know the meeting on
Well,
the 5th is.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're going to talk about that because that's also election night.
Right.
So
I'm sorry?
that's also election night. So we're going to have a discussion on that because I think we're going to have to
Right.
either cancel or move that meeting.
All right.
So
I
that,
mean,
but thank you.
If need be, I would have checked my schedule. I could have appeared maybe by phone, but I wanted the board to know upfront that was already. But I personally don't have anything on my calendar going forward to prohibit me from the active role that you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, really, for
Thank
me, and I, the reason why I brought it up is that, listen, I myself am still working, right? But I'm also local. So I feel like the important component is that we have people representing the community that are here full-time. Number one, that's really important for me. And I understand completely if you have, if you're carving out time, I think that's good. I was lucky enough to be able to carve out this time. But that being said, in the case of Ryan, I just wanted to kind of put out there what is the Ryan, if you're still listening, what is the percentage that you feel you would be able to attend in person opposed to virtually?
It's once a month on the second Tuesday?
Currently,
First Tuesday.
it's the first.
But the time,
First Tuesday.
First Tuesday of the month.
the times alternate though.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do travel some for work, so I'm not always home. And that's why I just want to be completely transparent with you all. If you have another candidate that's full-time and retired and can be there every time, I would say do that, you know, to be just completely honest with you. But I would say confidently, I would in person, you know, the 1:30 in the afternoon might be a little difficult. If I'm traveling, obviously I can't make that, but I would still be able to do the 6 p.m. even if I was traveling. Um, I I would say probably 50% of the time in person to just for
Okay.
just to be candid.
All right,
Um,
appreciate
and
that.
you know, I just want to put it out there. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I don't want to mislead anyone.
Thank you.
So a virtual attendance does not account for the quorum?
No. No, you have to be physically, you have to have a quorum, you have to be
You have to
present
be present.
here.
Right, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for quorum requirements.
It requires you to be present.
Okay.
Can't vote either.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see the other two people
Yeah.
that are signed up here and giving us information, come to the next meeting, whenever that is, and present like he did. And, I would also like to reopen this to see if there are other people in the community. I'm still concerned that we don't have anybody from, besides yourself from Eagle Point and the other area that's adjacent to the fun park. So I'd like to see if there's some other people that would
Right.
like to attend and kind of help us with the direction of, you know, where we take some of these areas.
I agree. I think that the geographic diversity is important, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I think that plays a big role. And
Okay. Well, then we will,
Okay, so you want to table this till the next meeting, or do you want to go forward with anything tonight? It's your choice.
I think we
Table.
table it and have everyone, so I'd like to make a motion to table this discussion till next meeting where we invite more people to come and speak.
I second it.
all for, all in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
Yes, thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
I mean, I wish I had a
Thank you.
firm understanding as to where I stood after today. I mean, I did come to the meeting. Do I wait and hear from you?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You're first in line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
once decision's been made, Georgia will reach out, the office rep, she'll reach out to you. But come next meeting.
Yeah.
Well, you said you gave the indication that it may not be held in November.
That 6 p.m. may not be held, yeah, but we'll talk about,
Would there be another meeting in November, or would the next meeting be in December?
We're going to discuss
yeah,
that
we're going to
today.
discuss it. Yeah.
Okay,
So you'll know today.
Yes, absolutely.
all right. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we here?
Okay.
Correct, new member? Well, we just did that. Oh, view the video.
So, Carrie Runyon, Parks and Recreation. So what I did is, there's the playground I ordered for the Commons. They sent me a video on the Quito Climber, which is pretty cool, and I wanted you all to be able to see it as well. And I actually spoke to the rep today, and we kind of went over the area and stuff. So it's pretty much, you know, probably the next month or so it'll be here, and then be ready to go.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, it
um,
looked
So
cool,
be it by Christmas?
I'm
I know I wanna
hoping.
Play on it,
right?
yeah.
So I just wanted to show you this video.
Yeah.
And let's see, let me get out here. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure before I start it.
Look at us watching YouTube during our meeting.
That's what my kids do. So what do you think? It's pretty
I
neat,
love
isn't it?
I can't wait to play.
What do you think?
I thought it was a pretty interesting piece of equipment. I didn't know you could do all those things, and you had all those
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
separations, up and down and around, so it was pretty
Yeah.
nice. So,
It's gonna be fun.
yeah.
Have to put a video out there on Facebook when it launches so that people know.
Exactly, and maybe have kids there too.
I think it's exciting.
I do too.
Yeah, it's great.
I do too. Any more discussion on that?
Makes me excited for the event stage that we're going to build next.
Exactly. Exactly. Public comments, questions?
Just wondered what the base of what the ground is going to be like underneath.
It'll be the engineered wood, like, yeah, like mulch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I just know that's
Are they doing that for the entire space, by the way? Are they replacing the ground surface with that manufactured material?
Yes,
for the
so
entire-
wherever the playground will be housed,
Right.
and there'll be a border all the way around it, that playground engineered wood will be the base for it, yes. That'll be the cushion, pretty
Nice,
much,
yeah.
for the fall purposes.
Yeah. Sure there's gonna
So
be
it's
some
not
temp-
rubberized.
No, it's like an engineered,
It's like a cork wood almost.
yeah,
like,
it's
yeah.
got some
Right, right,
Right.
bounce
It's
to
got
it.
some give to it.
Yeah.
It's got some
Does it
give.
have to be replaced, like mulch has to be replaced?
It's usually done annually, once a year. And that's about it, though. Just like we got this blown in, probably in the springtime. I think we got this one blown in as well as the fun park.
Yeah.
And
Because the park I visited up in Cape Coral, if I remember correctly, it was like a rubberized
like a turf,
turf
yes.
Yeah. It's-
that never needs maintenance.
Well, it does, if it gets damaged, they have to cut out and re-sow. So
Okay.
that's about it.
I mean, it's the same type of surface you find on tracks for track and field.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rubberized surface.
Like a pour and play, yes. There's different surfaces nowadays.
And why
And
would
different
we
prices
not
for
want to
different-
go for
Different
something?
prices, yeah.
Pricing, yeah.
It was pricing,
Yeah.
Okay.
it was cost. Maybe that's something in the future.
Yeah.
But for cost purposes, we had a budget we had to adhere to, and that's what we got.
Yep. One thing at a time.
Phones up. Okay, member items and reports.
I have something when you guys are done.
Okay. Anybody?
All good.
Okay. There is one thing that I want to bring up, and that is, we have a cane toad issue, a real big cane toad issue. And I've emailed Gateway Services, and there's no budget to do anything about that. Our community is putting together a cane toad squad of 4 people in each circle, and we're actually buying the traps, and they're going to be monitoring all of those traps. I have a president's meeting on October 29th to discuss that as well. But my whole point to bringing this up is that even though we don't see them around here, the reason that we don't is because it's nighttime and first thing in the morning, when you see them. If you walk along the sidewalk of the Lutheran church in the evening, you'll see them jump out at you. And they are a real problem. And I don't know what we as Parks and Rec Committee can do as far as addressing it. But I want to make a formal notice that, we are addressing it somehow, because it is serious.
Well, maybe just visibility to the board, if we could bring that up as a point when they meet next, that we're acknowledging that there is an issue and we'd like them to know if they haven't heard, right? That we're individually working on it as communities. I haven't seen them much over in West Haven,
Good,
but
good.
but we're far out there too,
There's a neighbor in your community that's killed like 13 of them. I mean,
There's a lot.
yeah, they are,
Close to the phones or
you don't have to be. It is a big issue. And if it gets into our, already into our ecosystem, it could wreak havoc on the preserve and everything. Yeah.
Can kill your dogs.
Yeah, oh, they can kill us. And how do I say that? Why do I say that? Because I've seen them eating my bees.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sitting right at the mouth of that place eating my bees. So I put the path of salt to deter them, and it does deter them. But then I have to take a gun or a trap or something and kill them. So if they get all the bees.
Right. One thing after
Yeah. So anyway, we would
Okay.
like to have that addressed with the
Board
board,
of-
please. Okay, so let's set the next meeting agenda.
Before you do that, I
Wait.
just want to give a little bit of
I'm
update for
sorry.
Parks and Recreation.
Yes.
Sure. Carrie Runyon, Parks and Recreation. Some things that are upcoming, just to let you know. This Friday, October the 4th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. starts our Gateway Farmers Market.
Yes.
Right
Yay.
across the street, at this parking lot right here. So, and we have close to 40 vendors, and there might be 1 or 2 more. So I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up.
There's a lot of excitement about that.
I know. And so it's going to be busy. You'll probably have never seen it that busy over there except for nighttime, so it'll be pretty neat to see. And then on the 26th of October, Parks and Recreation is going to help, along with some volunteers, with the parking at the Fun Park for the trunk or treat at the Gateway Lutheran Church. So they're going to be parking over at the Fun Park, so we're going to get them in there so that, there's no issues or no concerns. So we'll be parking them in the Fun Park so there's more, and get them off the road. So we'll be doing that on the 26th at 6 o'clock. And then next month is movie on the Field. I have not picked the movie yet. It's November 16th. It's usually 7 o'clock, 7 to 9. And then, of course, December 7 is Winterfest, and that's 4 to 8 p.m. We're going to have food trucks, kids' activities. We're going to have entertainment from the local dance groups as well as the local schools. And then the Rotary Club is providing beer and wine for sale. So we're going to have a little bit of a change this year. We'll have raffles. So please come out and enjoy the night. We're going to put up an 18-foot Christmas tree and light it up that night to start off Winterfest. So, and we're going to have some.
Marching bands.
We're going to have a marching band too.
Yes.
So it's pretty exciting to see them come out and bring
Right.
Santa Claus in. So. And then I just also want to let you know at the pool, for the month of October, on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, 2 to 3:30, we have the Gateway High School swim team. And we have about, well, yesterday there was about 5 or 6 of them, and they're practicing. It's just for the month of October. So let them come and use the pool, and they did pretty well yesterday.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah,
Why, are they repairing their pool or what's?
I don't think they have a pool.
They don't have one.
Oh, they don't have a pool, they just need a pool.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
I love it.
That's neat.
so they're in the afternoon,
Sure.
they're trying to fight the thunderstorms and lightning, but for the most part, there's really not much going on between that time, so
Right.
let's churn up the water and get it moving, so.
Nice.
I have a question about the farmer's market.
Yes.
So they're going to be setting up on the pavement?
Yes,
Where's parking going to be?
it's gonna be along, down, just like we do for soccer, be all the way down, and then that parking lot in the back.
Okay, so you're not opening up the field next to the pool?
No,
Where the gate is, where the gate opens?
no, it's
That's
gonna
not
be
where-
here.
It's here, it's not. over
Oh,
the
I'm
pool.
sorry.
It's
Okay,
gonna be here, not at the pool.
Gotcha.
Okay. And then when we get the new admin building, that area over there, then we'll move it over there and we'll have plenty of parking.
It's going to be over there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Anything else?
Yeah.
I love the new picnic table and the big.
Oh, the
umbrella.
funbrella?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
that's
umbrella is
awesome.
fun.
Yes, it
It's
is.
big.
That's where the swim
Beautiful.
team kind of parks for
Yeah.
the hour and a half they're there. So
Very
it's really neat. It's nice colors and it just brightens the place up, so.
It does. It is.
I do, before we close, want to bring up the scheduling for the meetings.
Yes.
As we spoke about earlier, and that November night meeting, that is election night. I seriously doubt anyone's going to be able to attend.
I'm not.
Right, I mean, right, so I propose that we come up with a solution there, whether we change it or just get rid of that one. Here's the thing, I also think that the night meetings were, when we originally discussed that, were to get the community involved, right? And I have a belief at this point, after being at a few of them, is that they're not coming out in regular attendance for those meetings, and they're waiting for something important where we are advertising, this is happening, please come because we want to hear you, kind of thing. So maybe the flip-flopping isn't fully needed, where we have one during the day, one at night. I don't know, that's just high level of something that we could discuss, right, if we want it more stable. But I think for now, I just wanted to bring up, I don't think we should have that one. So we either maybe move that to the daytime, the beginning of November, instead of having a 6 PM. What is the first Tuesday?
Fifth.
Is that the
November
date?
5th,
Yeah, it is election day.
Yeah, that's election day. So then,
at 1:30.
I don't know, move it maybe the following week during the day on Tuesday?
So
Are
that'd
we
be the-
going to have anything really that has to be discussed? Because at one time, we actually thought that we could even meet quarterly because there wasn't a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah.
have the people, our
Right,
our new people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the people, absolutely, that's
Yeah.
important, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, just with the fact that I assume we're going to hear things from the farmer's market. We have a lot of events coming up, right? Even though we're not really, having a lot to discuss here, I think we should get together just for taking a pulse on how the events are going, if we need to get more help, if we have to have any type of discussions there. So that's just my vote, right? But I would say for the November 5th meeting, I would propose, I'll make a motion to cancel the November 5th, 6 PM meeting, and in lieu of that, kind of transfer it to Tuesday, November 12th at 1:30. That would be
Look at
my
my
motion.
calendar here. Super.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 But I want to add that the reason, we went to the 6 o'clock meetings was to get more people
Yeah.
here.
For sure.
Was to give us feedback on various things we wanted to do. Well, we're not doing anything.
Right.
Okay, we stopped talking about the fun park. We stopped talking about the Commons Park and all that stuff. And you have great ideas for the Commons Park, putting the piece in the middle of the park that we talked about. We can still talk about these things. We can still get input for these things, whether the CDD moves with us or not. They have to be the final approval, of course, but we
Right.
want to be ahead of the game in coming up with ideas. Otherwise, other people will be coming up with the ideas and it'll just happen.
I
Okay,
agree. and
so let's
I-
I don't want to get rid of the 6 o'clock meetings, whether anybody shows up or not. See, I'm disappointed right now that we don't have anybody to come and be on this committee from the area that's adjacent to. We fought
Well-
really hard for the people who are adjacent to that park to not sell the park, to do
Right,
this and
right,
to
right,
do
right,
that.
right.
And nobody's stepping up to be on this committee, which is really like taking care of your own house, right? It's like, this is what we would like to see us do as a committee. Their input is really important. So, I don't know whether you go knock on doors. You guys know
I'm not-
some of these people more than we do. I don't know if we're even allowed to do that. But the bottom line is, I spoke to someone who was here at the last meeting, and I thought she was going to put her paperwork in. It's just 2 pieces of paper,
Yeah.
two,
Not
a few checks
Well,
and
maybe-
and a signature.
Maybe we should think about having all of the meetings at 6 o'clock rather than 1:30.
That poses a problem though with the management company, right? So that we can't, trust me, I would like
Does
that,
it?
right? I mean, I work during the day, so I would vote for that. But it's not practical for the community or for the management team. I mean, they have schedules too. So they're during business.
You have a
unfor-
life?
Yeah, come on. But no, I
But
mean,
that's the only person involved right
Yeah.
now.
right.
Chelsea's not on the phone, is she?
Not today.
Okay.
Is it another meeting?
But still, I mean, it's
be.
just, it's you
Right.
versus the rest of them. So I'm,
Right.
I'm sitting here going, you can take off some hours somewhere else, can't you? If we do the 6 o'clock meetings continually?
Well, here's the thing. It's like, what's the benefit? Like, are people going to come, right? And I'm willing to make a sacrifice. I'm speaking for myself. I'm willing to make a sacrifice if that's what's needed, right? Where, we're getting feedback and frustration that people aren't attending because they're at work, because they can't cut out the time to be here in person. I'm just saying, where is that feedback? Right? I would love to see that. We did a survey and we asked the question, would you rather a 6 p.m. meeting? And I don't know what the outcome of that was. I kind of forget, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we go and revisit that again. I absolutely agree. We shouldn't get rid of the 6 p.m. meeting or an option for that, right? I just feel that we need to do a better job at transmitting what's taking place to get people here. Right? I want to make sure that we're giving the opportunity to the community to be present. So I don't want a scenario where if we were just at 1:30 every day, or every time we meet, it just blocks out 80%. That's what I'm concerned about.
Well, if we can load up and talk about items for discussion, get more on here
Yeah.
besides just electing a chair or a co-chair or coming up with membership people. If we're going to actually talk about Parks and Rec, I don't want to come unless we're going to do that.
Right.
I'll resign
Well,
tomorrow if that'd be the case.
I think that both cases are very, very valid.
So my thing is to get something on the agenda. If you only have one item on the agenda, and we're meeting,
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
yes, you might want to back off and then not have a 1:30, but then the next month you put 4 or 5 things on the agenda and have it at 6 o'clock. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
we really
Like
need
every
to
other month.
really think about that for the future. And I mean, this is new. It's only been going on for about a year. So, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. And then you guys can also give your input. Some ideas that I thought of is each member take a park and kind of walk through it and kind of give some feedback. That's one thing that could be part of this this advisory committee. And we can come up with other suggestions too. And especially the events that are coming up.
Right.
Something that we could get, volunteers and you guys could be a part of it. I mean, I've seen some of you at some of our events already, and it's been great, and I need you there, because you are Parks and Recreation, so.
Did we get a banner for the ticket sales? No.
No, I don't. What do you think?
Well, the prizes and stuff.
Raffles?
Thank you. Thank you.
Did we get a
Raffle.
banner for,
Yeah, I
When-
mentioned that. That was the first thing that I said on the meeting after the Christmas thing.
oh, to get a banner so
Get a
people
banner
know
so
to
people
come
know
over
where
to,
it
yeah,
is,
I
yeah.
know what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Come get your, yeah. I thought about putting it over by the beer and wine. I think I would get a lot of people to
I
come
think
over.
that's a great idea.
Yeah, me too. So,
I haven't heard a proposal yet on when the November meeting is going to be.
I made so my motion was that we cancel the November 5th, 6 PM meeting, and we make that, we move it to Tuesday, November 12th at 1:30 PM.
And I second it.
And then I think we voted and it passed, but I'm not sure.
I thought we did,
Yeah.
but we'll do it again.
no, it was
Okay. it passed.
proposal,
Yeah, yeah.
proposal to change the to cancel November 5th at 6 and to move it to November 12th at 1:30 PM. Paul made the motion and Dave
Okay.
seconded it. And then everybody was in favor.
I think if we could have the, let's do our due diligence to gather info on the 6 PM. If we could go back to that survey and get that data, that would be really great, right? Just in reference on that. And then, yeah, we have to come up with a plan to at least, maybe we break it up, like we have the 1:30s are admins and the 6 PMs are really what we're presenting to the community,
That's a good idea.
right?
I like that.
So we could do something like that and really get the feedback, but maybe that's the problem, right? We're inviting people to come to watch this as opposed to, hey, this is all the great things that we're doing. Now give us your feedback. What do you want? What do you feel is working? What do you feel isn't? And I think we're not separating that out properly enough, so.
I think that's a very good point, and I would like to, for the next meeting, if we can, Fun Park on there
Yeah.
with the schematic that you've drawn and, what we've talked about, as well as the sound stage, because
Yeah.
those two things, they have to be front and center in my brain.
Right.
And I think we need to just start focusing on that, get input from who comes and see what, they feel about it and ideas and all of that, so.
Can we call a vote
For what?
for moving it to the 12th? I heard a motion. I
We
heard a
all, we
second.
did it, we already
I
voted.
seconded it.
Yeah, Dave seconded it, we all voted, and we moved
Okay.
it to the 12th.
Gotcha.
And I think, Harry, we'll all work this month on getting some more agenda items added to that 1:30 meeting, because there's a few things that, I mean, we also have an email. Are you all on the email, right? I mean, so we could send you ideas that way, right? We just can't discuss anything other than agenda items, I guess, to send to you.
You can, right, and you got to do it individually.
We have to do it individually? Yeah, so we
Yes.
can't, okay. Got it.
Do we send those to her?
You could send them to you, right?
To me and you can send it to me and then copy Georgia.
Okay.
Great.
That's fine. As long as I know how to do it.
And then during the meantime, like Dave said before, we'll put out more communication that we're still open to people joining, right?
Right, to put in their application for,
Applications, yeah, sure.
and I put that here is asking people to, again, open it up for new applications. To just see what else is out there. See if anybody else is interested.
Okay,
Okay,
Awesome.
all right.
Can I ask a question?
sure.
I'd like to ask a question to our guests. what is your motivation for coming, and what can we do to make our meeting fit what your expectations are? What can we do better?
Like what Paul said about it not very, a lot of people have other things to do than to come and sit and just watch a discussion going on. You know, that's not a good use of a lot of people's time. So that's valid, but I realize it's important we need that time. So doing one meeting where you guys discuss and come up with proposals, and then one meeting, here's what we're talking about, let's get feedback. That's all. I mean, I don't want to be out of the loop anymore. You know, that was kind of an issue that we had was going on in this committee. So we just, and I tried, we do try to communicate it back to our Pinecrest. It's difficult just to communicate to anybody these days.
Can you get us a Pinecrest person to be on this committee?
I'll ask.
Yeah.
I'll ask. I mean,
Great.
Well, since you like to be coming to meetings, why don't you just change your seat and apply so that you can,
Kelly, I think that's a great
I have
idea.
a job.
to be, rather than being an observer, you can be part of the action.
It's hard to commit. I just feel like I
Sure.
have a hard time committing, and I realize you need that half the time and are going to be here. It's a wise choice if you can't be here. And I don't feel like I can commit. Want to be communicators and witnesses and participants on, we need spectators.
Good stewards.
Good stewards, exactly.
There you go.
I think that's the role we'd like to play at this point.
It's great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, anything else? Can we, to,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn for the day.
So moved.
Discussion?
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
For asking for our input.
Thank you.
And then paint totes, whatever we can do.
Oh,
I don't know what can be done, but it's
well,
very